What are you doing? Wait until you see this. What is this? No, I'm making a video, sorry. So we're gonna prep some meat for the smoker this morning. Right there, there's free-range bone-in chicken thighs, I believe. Yep. So I'm gonna marinate those in olive oil, ranch, yum yum sauce. You gotta get on the yum yum sauce, it's incredible. It's usually good with seafood, but I'm gonna try it with the chicken. There's some barbecue sauce, and I'm gonna throw Everglades cactus dust and Everglades fish and chicken on that, along with probably salt and pepper and oregano. So this is pork loin. There you go, there's the weight. And I'm gonna dice up some onions and some garlic and season it with salt, pepper, cumin, oregano, and garlic powder. And I'm gonna throw some Dale's seasoning on that. That's really good too. And just regular Worcestershire sauce. I've already thrown some Worcestershire sauce in there. I might throw a little more in. All right, so my buddy Brandon was like, you never tell how much spices you're putting on anything, so that's what I'm gonna do. With everything I do, I just try and put a thin layer over the top of it. It ends up tasting just fine like that. I don't really ever measure teaspoons, tablespoons, stuff like that. I just put it on there. So, and throw the garlic on there. Just a thin layer over the top. A little more oregano, same. Cumin. That'd be about right. Salt. If you haven't seen it, it's pink Himalayan salt. It's supposed to be better for you. Regular black pepper. Now the Dale's seasoning. Let me take a look at what it says. Just gonna throw my thumb over it so I don't just douse it. I'll get back to the garlic and the onion in a minute. I'm gonna go ahead through these 4 thighs in a Ziploc bag. So this is Everglades fish and chicken, and I'm gonna do the same thing. This is Everglades cactus dust. It's a little chunky just from sitting. So do the same thing. I mean, I guess you could honestly call that a tablespoon, but the cactus dust is actually, it has a barbecue flavor to it, so it's going to add a lot of taste to the chicken. salt. And I'm just basically putting a thin coat over each thigh. Kind of just eyeball it. Oregano. And garlic powder. All right, now for the liquids. If I was doing this on the grill, I would not use the barbecue sauce until after cooking at least one side of the chicken. I would just brush it on, but because I'm using the smoker, the sugars aren't going to burn as fast as if they were on the grill. So again, just enough to where it would look like I was covering each thigh. And olive oil. So the oil is for two reasons. It does add some flavor into the meat, but also when it goes on the grates in the smoker, the chicken's not going to want to stick to those grates. So I've got all this stuff in there. Smush it up real good. All those liquids infused. There's a little baby one. You don't really have to take the skin off because you're just using the onion for flavor. I'm not cooking it. We'll say 4 cloves. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way when you do that. Now just a quick dice. There's a lot of oil and garlic, and that oil is where you get the flavor from. All right, get a good massage. There you go. They'll sit like that for probably a good 2 hours, and then I will rotate them and sit for another 2 hours, and they'll be ready to throw on the smoker. Yeah, I know it's not 20 seconds. Don't kill me. So I just got the smoker going. It is a, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, it's a propane smoker. I haven't used the propane since we moved to Washington. Just with everything going on, I haven't been able to go out and get any. So luckily, I'm able to start it with charcoal. The only reason I would usually use the propane is to start the charcoal, but I'm just using a little bit of paper to start it, and it's going nice. So I'll show it to you and kind of explain how it works if you don't know how a smoker works. But, so that is how you would adjust the propane, of course, and ignite it. So yeah, you can tell where I started the charcoal at because it's already gray. What you want to do, just a rule of thumb, you kind of want to wait until the charcoal gets mostly gray. If you don't do that, you're gonna have a charcoal flavored meat because you're kind of burning all the black off of there, and that's where all that kind of gross flavor would come from if you weren't to wait. So I've got the vent completely open right now, just trying to get good airflow in there. And once all the charcoals are good, I'll close the vent partially so that it's still there's still some ventilation in there while I'm smoking the meat. All right, so this is what we got. Charcoal's good. I'm using mesquite wood. There's the water right there that acts as a heat barrier. And I've got my 4 chicken thighs and the pork tenderloin. I put the thighs right in the center to keep them away from the heat because they'll cook a lot faster than the pork tenderloin. And the pork tenderloin, I tried to keep it more on the outskirts so that it will grab more of the heat than the chicken thighs. I'm getting smoke in my face. But yeah, so I'm gonna let this sit for about 2 hours. And as you can see, I close those vents a little bit. But yeah, you'll see it when it's probably halfway. Beautiful. So it's been an hour. I just want to check on them. Wood's still doing good. I did throw another piece on there, but it's doing what it's supposed to do, and it looks delicious. I wish you could smell it. But yeah, let's take a look at how this $25 greenhouse is treating me. They are flourishing. This is really good. They're doing a whole lot better than the tinfoil box I had them in, that's for sure. I mean, some of that kale, or that spinach, I'm sorry, they look a little skimpy, but yeah, carrots are doing good. There's some more spinach and carrots. And the chard's going strong. I almost want to plant them in some bigger containers, but we still got some life in here, and hopefully we can put them in the ground soon. So what else am I gonna make? I'm not just gonna eat meat, right? Well, I could if I were single, but I'm not. So yeah, we're gonna do some organic green beans. There you go, organic green beans. Throw them in the freezer, they'll last for a long time. What I've done is I just threw a little bit of extra virgin olive oil in a pot. And this is the weirdest butter I've ever seen. Well, that's homemade butter. That's why it is not in a rectangle. So the olive oil, the butter, just gonna let it all melt together. And yeah, we'll throw the green beans in there, and that'll be that. Salt, pepper, garlic, easy day. We'll start with the garlic. Again, I'm just trying to put a fine layer over the top of all the beans. Now, if that was a full pot, in my head, I would add enough for the top layer, maybe halfway down another layer. It's just a judgment call. And those are just gonna sit there for a little bit on medium, maybe 10-15 minutes. And I'll switch it to low and let them cook the rest of the way. Am I gonna cover them? Yes, I'm gonna cover them. Look at that. It's time for them to come off in 2 hours. Excuse me. Look, I started with full water. It's almost down to the bottom. They look good and they smell good. Coming. If you want to see how we make homemade butter, let me know, because it's kind of fun. And we do it right in there. It is time. Ew, it's on the ground. It's all right. Look at that, look at that. Alright folks, there you go. Smoked chicken thighs and smoked pork loin. The pork loin was just under 1.5 pounds. I don't even know the weight on the thighs, but I'll tell you what, they're gonna taste good. It smells amazing. And these green beans are just about done. It's been about 15 minutes and they're rocking. And they also smell amazing. I'm gonna let these sit for 5 to 8 minutes and yeah, let those juices get back in there. But it's gonna be good. What do you think?
Good.
Just good?
Oh, good.
Is it really good?
Yeah.
Really, really, really good?
Yeah.
Tell me that's not the best chicken you've ever had. No. No? Why? Looks pretty good to me.
The best chicken I've had was Chick-fil-A.
I don't want to hear it. I love you.